dear friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in today's lecture we are going to learn about the factors affecting or influencing the SN1 and the SN2 reaction mechanism. So in the previous two lecture we have learned about details of your SN1 and the SN2 reaction mechanism. There are the three important factors that affect the SN1 and the SN2 reaction mechanism. Out of that, the first factor is the nature of substrate. Now, which particular type of the alkyl group you are going to take, it will affect the SN1 and the SN2 reaction mechanism. Second one is the nucleophilicity of the reagent, that means the nature of your nucleophile, that is OH minus ion. Then next one is the solvent polarity. Now, which particular solvent that you are using for your SN1 and the SN2 reaction mechanism one. Now, the nature of that solvent also affect the SN1 and the SN2 reaction mechanism. We will start with the first factor, that is the nature of the substrate one. Remember, we have to consider the nature of substrate with respect to your SN1 reaction mechanism and SN2 reaction mechanism one. So actually it depends upon the type of the carbon atom which is present in your alkyl halide one. Just keep this thing in your mind. Okay, so we'll start with for your SN2 reaction mechanism first. We know that in the SN2 reaction mechanism, there is a formation of transition stage with a penta-coordinated carbon atom. Okay, so you already studied about this one. We have shown this penta-coordinated stage as carbon at the center. Now, OH group, there will be the partial bond formation, then CBr bond will be the partially broken down, and the three hydrogen atoms will arrange with a bond angle 120 degree. So this is the penta-coordinated stage. Okay, so remember, there is a formation of penta-coordinated stage and there are 5 different atoms that are involved. Hence there is a more crowding in that transition stage one. Now, if we consider the SN2 reaction mechanism, this reaction is generally favored by your primary alkyl halides one. Okay, now what is primary alkyl halide? We know that alkyl halide, which consists of primary carbon atom, is your primary alkyl halide. Okay, so just remember, to that primary carbon atom your halogen group is attached one. So remember, the SN2 reaction mechanism is generally favored by your primary alkyl halide and it is least favored by your tertiary alkyl halide one. Okay, if we consider the reactivity order of this SN2 reaction mechanism towards the alkyl halide one, now remember, the order is like this. Your tertiary alkyl halide will be the least reactive than your primary alkyl halide. Okay, so tertiary alkyl halide is less reactive than secondary alkyl halide. Secondary alkyl halide is less reactive than primary alkyl halide, and that will be again less reactive than methyl group with the halogen atom one. Suppose I have taken the example to explain this order one. So here I have taken this example. So keep this thing in your mind. Remember, this is nothing but your tertiary butyl halide compound. Okay, you can take any X as an chlorine, bromine or iodine, it doesn't matter. So this is your tertiary alkyl halide, as there is a 3 bulky methyl groups. Just remember these 3 bulky methyl groups and just imagine this penta-coordinated stage for this molecule one. That will be the more bulkiness. Now CH3, CH3 and CH3. Okay, now again this CH bond will arrange here. That means the bulkiness or the steric hindrance of this particular group will increase. Okay, so that's why it is a less favored reaction for your SN2 mechanism one. Then secondary alkyl halide. So this is nothing but your isopropyl halide compound. Okay, here again there is a 2 bulky methyl group along with the 1 hydrogen atom. So again imagine this as a penta-coordinated stage for this molecule also. So it will be again less reactive for SN2 reaction mechanism. Now here the crowding is again with a 1 methyl bulky group 1, that's it, and the 2 hydrogen atom. So the bulkiness or the steric effect or the steric repulsion is actually decreasing. Now here in the next example, here only one methyl group is present. That means to that carbon atom only 3 hydrogen atoms are actually attached, which we already shown before this one. So this is that stage. Okay, so this is nothing but your again primary alkyl halide. Okay, so these primary alkyl halide will be more reactive in your SN2 reaction mechanism. Let us consider about the SN1 reaction mechanism. Now here exactly opposite condition. Now remember, we know that whenever the SN1 reaction mechanism takes place, there is a formation of planar carbocation intermediate form. Okay, that we already studied in the last lecture one. So now let us consider this planar carbocation intermediate that we already studied in the SN1 reaction mechanism. CH3 group, then carbon at the center, then here will be the another CH group, here will be the another CH group at the center, carbon atom having the positive charge one. So this particular methyl group arranged in a one plane, remember, and it has a no steric crowding in that particular carbocation, though there is a 3 bulky groups are present one. Okay, so just keep this thing in your mind. These 3 methyl group arrange themselves with a bond angle 120 degree. That means they have a minimum steric repulsion. Their steric repulsion will be very minimum. Okay, so that's why they will not have any steric effect. Just remember, or steric crowding. Again, though there is a 3 bulky methyl group, they relieve or they have a relief from this steric repulsion as they arrange with a bond angle 120 degree and within the one plane one. For example, if we considered this as a particular planar molecule, one methyl group is here, another methyl group is here, another methyl group is here. There will be the carbon atom, then the 3 hydrogen atom will arrange in such manner that these 3 hydrogen atoms from your this methyl group will have a minimum repulsion with these 3 hydrogen atom of this methyl group, also to this 3 hydrogen atom of this methyl group 1. So obviously they will have a relief from this steric repulsion. Again remember, the second factor that plays an important role for your SN1 reaction mechanism is that the plus I effect, that is called as a positive inductive effect, and the hyperconjugation effect. Remember, here the carbocation which is formed in this SN1 reaction mechanism is actually stabilized by your positive inductive effect. So what is positive inductive effect? Let us consider what is positive inductive effect. You know that inductive effect is a structural effect. For example, if I consider CH3 and Cl, okay, we know that due to the electronegativity difference between this bonded carbon atom and the chlorine atom, the bond pair which is present at the center of this bond will be slightly shifted towards the chlorine one, and chlorine will have the del minus charge, while this carbon atom have the del plus charge one. Okay, so we will consider that inductive effect within a very short word. So just keep this thing in your mind. The bonding pair between this carbon and chlorine is slightly shifted towards the chlorine one, and chlorine will bear a negative charge while the carbon will bear the positive charge. Now, as the chlorine have a more electron density, it attracted or it permanently polarized this bonding pair towards the chlorine atom. Now that effect is called as a minus I effect. Okay, that is negative inductive effect. As this bonding pair is shifting towards the chlorine, therefore this will be the minus I effect. But as this methyl group releasing its bonding pair towards the carbon atom, so it will obviously have the plus I effect. That means in short, these methyl groups are the electron releasing group. Okay, and if this 3 methyl group releases the electrons to this central carbocation or to the central carbon atom which having the positive charge, now that carbon atom will become stable, as it is already electron deficient, but these 3 methyl groups are releasing the electrons. Now its electron density is decreasing. Okay, already the electron density is decreased for this carbon atom 1. Now because this 3 methyl bulky group release this electron towards this carbocation, it become a stable. Now that effect is actually known as a positive inductive effect. Remember, so due to the positive inductive effect, the stability of this particular carbocation get increases one. Now next effect is your hyperconjugation effect. So your carbocation is stabilized by the two effect, positive inductive effect and second by your hyperconjugation. Now what is hyperconjugation? Remember, if I consider this as an 1 methyl group, so here generally the carbocation to which the next carbon atom attach, that carbon atom is known as an alpha carbon atom. Okay, carbocation of a carbon atom to which the next carbon is attached is actually called as an alpha carbon atom. Okay, and if the hydrogen atoms are attached to this alpha carbon atom, now they are known as an alpha hydrogen atom. Okay, now these alpha hydrogen atoms are acidic in nature. That means what? They can actually release this bonding electron towards this carbon atom 1. Okay, so remember, suppose this bond or this particular bond is releasing its electron towards this carbon atom. Okay, so this bond will be completely broken down and this will have the positive charge, and this single bond between this carbon will convert into the double bond. So here the electron density on this carbon atom of this carbocation increasing. Now this particular effect is also called as a no bond resonance. This is another type of the resonance effect one, that is the hyperconjugation. Now this I am already saying that this hydrogen atom is acidic in nature. That means what? This hydrogen atom have a tendency to release the electrons, tendency to release its bonding electron one. Again, suppose this bond again regain here. Now this again the CH bond will undergo the resonance. Okay, so this bond will undergo the heterolytic fission. Now firstly it will convert into the lone pair, and that lone pair is donated to this carbon atom, or between this carbon atom and this hydrogen atom will have the positive charge one. So that means what? Though the carbon atom are releasing their electrons, then the electron density of this carbon atom is decreasing, and as a result the stability of the carbocation is increasing. Now that effect is known as a hyperconjugation effect. So just keep one thing in your mind, carbocation intermediate is actually stabilized in the tertiary alkyl halide by the two effect, positive inductive effect and by the hyperconjugation, and as a result the SN1 reaction mechanism is favored by your tertiary alkyl halides one. Okay, why? Because they can show the positive inductive effect as well as the hyperconjugation one, and hence if we consider the reactivity order of this SN1 reaction mechanism will be like this: tertiary alkyl halide will show a more favorable SN1 reaction mechanism than your secondary, than your primary, and that your methyl halide one. Okay, let us consider again the same example here. The order will be reverse here. Okay, so remember this is your tertiary butyl halide, so it will favor this SN1 reaction because of the positive inductive effect and the hyperconjugation due to this 3 methyl bulky group 1. Here is the 3 methyl bulky group, so we will get that number of resonating structure here one for your hyperconjugation. Now these 3 hydrogen atom will show the 3 resonating structure. This will show the again 3 resonating structure, 3 plus 3 6, and this hydrogen atom from this methyl group will also show the resonating structure. So total resonating structure will be 9 here for your hyperconjugation. So number of presenting structure is more, then the stability of that particular carbocation will be more. Now here there will be the 6, so it will be the less favored one than your tertiary butyl halide. Now here only 3, okay, and here there is no alpha hydrogen atom, so it will not be favored. So here there will be the 0 alpha hydrogen atom one. So if we summarize this particular point, then we will conclude that the SN2 reaction mechanism will be favored by your primary alkyl halide, while the SN1 reaction mechanism will be favored by your tertiary alkyl halide. Okay, so this is about the nature of the substrate.